Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful and refreshing morning it is. How are you feeling this morning? Good. I'm truly happy to be here with all of you. My name is Hyunoh Kim, and I have been walking this path as a Won Buddhist minister for over 30 years. About a month ago, Reverend Ginger shared your registration forms with me, where each of you wrote about why you are here. Reading your words, I felt your sincerity. I met your heart before I met your faces. And I felt warmth, so much warmth. You are here because you want to change. You want to grow and find clarity. You want to return home and live with a new purpose and energy. Isn't that right? I understand you deeply because I've walked the same path. I too have longed for change. Even the Buddha and the great sages became who they were through continuous self-transformation. They didn't stop growing. One day, I whispered a wish to myself. Though I may be never be the greatest soul to walk this earth, I will strive to become the truest and fullest version of who I am meant to be. And I believe I have been doing my best to keep this promise and wishes I made to myself. So yes, I hear you, I feel you, I'm walking beside you. You've probably heard this idea before. Everything in the universe is energy. And everything is constantly vibrating. Haven't you? Do you believe it? This very declaration is not a new trend, but rather echoes the ancient spiritual wisdom and is now being confirmed by modern science that all is created by the mind. If that is true, and when you say, I want to change, doesn't that mean you want to shift your energy, your vibration? How do we do that? By re-evaluating and realigning all the ways we live, how we breathe, drink, eat, move, sleep, and think, feel, act, speak, and everything else, yes? through decades of my practice, I've come to see that life is a game. Life is a play. Energy game, energy play. Who I am, standing, sitting before you now, is simply the sum of embodied life experiences. Everything we do shapes the energy we carry. And that energy, that's who we are. It is our signature, our frequency, speaking directly to the universe. If every activity of life is reduced to the energy and vibration we carry, then no single moment of life can ever be dismissed or neglected. Isn't that so? I have a question. Are you content with your energy? Is the energy you carry now truly who you want to be? Why do we long for change anyway? I believe because change is the nature of all things in the universe. Change is our nature. Look at nature. It is constantly changing, moving forward. Look at the children. Radiating joy, leaping toward the sky, because they continue to grow and change every single moment. Consciously, unconsciously, we constantly seek self-transformation, because change is encoded in our biology, written into our genetic information. That is what I believe. Look, what happens when you feel like you've stopped growing and changing, and our energy gets stuck? We don't feel at ease. We feel uncomfortable. We feel frustration, boredom, anxiety, even trapped by fear, right? That is a deeply unnatural state for any living being, isn't that so? Change toward growth is a natural order of nature. Therefore, when we remain in an unnatural state, our body and our mind signal us through discomfort, don't they? So now let's imagine the opposite. What if we began to change in ways that truly support ourselves? Wouldn't we feel more at ease, more free, more vibrant and alive? I believe that growth and change begin the moment we awaken to this very discomfort. When our sensitivity to what no longer serves us comes alive. Think of the Buddha, Shakyamuni, and Sotaesan, the founder of Won Buddhism. They were people with awakened sensitivity. People who could no longer bear their own ignorance. So in this moment, I send you my deepest blessings for your awakened sensitivity. If you truly believe in the infinite human potential for growth and self-transformation, and if you deeply long for change, then I have a question for you. What exactly is changeable in you? Based on what I know and have experienced, there are 3 areas where we can intervene. Our physical, emotional, and mental state. When these 3 align with your soul, your spirit, your higher self, or Buddha nature, you truly come alive. They are powerful sources of energy and energy generators. They can either fuel your dreams or block them. So ask yourself, are there old habits inside you, old beliefs inside you that keep you small? Or do you struggle with emotions you haven't fully healed? Or are you stuck in physical habits that feel familiar but drain your energy? If that is the case, they resist self-transformation and you're moving forward. They blocked the infinite energy already within you. I've learned that my only true enemy was never outside, but it was within me. Enlightened people, true inner masters, devote themselves to watching their thoughts, their feelings, and their bodies. And they keep their inner world in balance. Because they understand what's inside us is the real source of creation. Let me share one powerful story of a radical self-transformation. Sotaesan, the founder of Won Buddhism, he was awakened in 1916 at his American age 25. People came to him for guidance, and he chose 9 disciples, simple villagers and farmers in the small village. They were not spiritual experts. They were just busy taking care of their families and farms. But Sotaesan saw something in them. And also, he desperately needed spiritual co-workers to share his awakening and to implement his visions with him. So he devised a spiritual strategy for radical human transformation. And he created a path, a process of awakening and transformation in the threefold steps. His first step, he told his disciples, to farmers, villagers, inside your body is the power to save the world. You can move the world. You can shake the earth. This was not just inspiration. It was a radical shift in self-perception for those with self-doubt and small mind. And he helped them see their own divine potential. Second step, he awakened their hearts with gratitude. Gratitude for life itself, for the unseen thread that connects all things. And gratitude lifted their vibration and connected them to the greater harmony of the universe. The third step, he led them into deep commitment, a 100-day vow. Not just a prayer, but a solemn, life-giving promise to serve the world with their whole being. Sotaesan, with his spiritual senses fully awakened, he knew this truth that when a high level of self-awareness and deep, elevated emotion of gratitude are maintained for a certain period, a person's energy shift. This is the golden rule of spiritual alchemy. High level of self-perception, elevated emotion of gratitude. Keep that vibration for a certain period. You change. That is why he made them engage in a solemn prayer, internalizing their mission with all their being for 100 days. And when their energy aligned, Sotaesan said, "It is done. It is done. You are confirmed." What does this mean? It means that their authentic energy, their vibration, aligned with the Sotaesan's and the cosmic rhythm. It was the moment when self-doubt transformed into self-confidence, and self-awareness rose to the courage and determination to choose a life of great mission and devotion. Through this 100-day radical spiritual testament, they had become true co-workers in spirit with Sotaesan. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it powerful? Unfortunately, such a remarkable radical change didn't happen for me. But fortunately, I didn't really need it. I must have taken my own path. My journey has been slow, step by step, moment by moment, very, very humbly. It has taken me 30 plus years still working on myself. How amazingly, extraordinarily ordinary spiritual capacity I am capable of. Drawing from the lessons and practices I have received from the wise throughout human history, I'm delighted to share 7 principles for steady self-growth with you. I believe you are in my side. This approach is a safe and reassuring path, a balanced journey of self-transformation that steadily fosters sustainable growth. Here they are. Number 1 is breathing. Deep, regular, conscious breathing. Number 2 is water. Drinking enough water. Number 3, solid food. Nutritionally well-balanced diet. Number 4, exercise. Movement to build balance, flexibility, and power. Number 5, sleep. Sufficient, deep, quality sleep. Number 6, gratitude. Deep sense of being connected with all beings as one. Number 7, lifelong learning. Stay curious and expand your horizons by endless learning. The first 5 support the body. The last 2 developed the heart and the mind. Our body is a living system of energy, about 30 trillion cells. Every day, billions of cells die and are replaced. This cycle of renewal gives us hope. It means change is always possible. But are you taking in oxygen, water, food in a kind, conscious, life-giving way? Our body is bio-electrochemical organism. It needs gas, liquid, solid as a nutritional source. Are you taking in kind, conscious, life-giving way? reflect on this. Why have sages and spiritual traditions throughout history placed such profound emphasis on the breath? Long before we understood the human body through science, they observed the rhythms of life within themselves to uncover the essence of being. Through this inner exploration, trial and error, and lived wisdom, breath became known as the sacred key to awakening and vitality. Today we are rediscovering this truth that deep, conscious, and rhythmic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, particularly the vagus nerve that extends throughout all our internal organs, bringing relaxation, healing, inner peace, even the clarity of mind, which our modern day people desperately need. Breath is not just a function. It is the science and art of life itself. What about the water we drink and the food we eat? Our body is made up nearly 70% water. Our bodies are living temples that require care, reverence, and balance. When we nourish ourselves with pure water, not soft drinks, not with coffees, caffeinated drinks, with a wholesome, balanced food, we are not only supporting our physical health, we are nurturing our emotional stability, mental clarity, and spiritual vitality. Modern science is slowly confirming what the wise have always known. The body and mind are not two, but one. They speak to each other in every breath, every heartbeat, and every thought. So to live fully, we must listen. This is not a duty, but a sacred invitation to return to harmony, to honor the life within us, and to awaken the wholeness we already are. How about movement? We are humans, animals made to move. Through movement, we cultivate strength and clarity. It realigns the body and uplifts both our emotions and mind. In my journey to develop physical symmetry, balance, flexibility, and strength, I explored many forms of exercise. But it wasn't just about movement. It also required understanding the human body. and building willpower and facing real challenges through a consistent practice. And finally, last year, I joined a Zumba class at YMCA. I'm a long-time member of YMCA. At first, it felt so awkward and strange. But I love the variety of music. Just enjoying the music itself was enough reason to keep going. I even started standing right in the front row and just roughly followed along. One day, a friend came up to me and said, "Hi, Kim. You said you're a Buddhist monk, right?" "Yes." "I don't know much about Buddhism, but your Buddhism seems a bit different." "Why do you think that?" I asked. "Because you come to Zumba class." Most monks live quietly in monasteries. Well, I live quietly too. Even though my dance is a bit loud, I'm quiet. Isn't the movement the very nature of you, me, and all of us as human beings? My dancing is a bit weird, isn't it? No, not at all. You look so good. I love dancing with you." And she said, what I have learned is this. When I move, I feel more alive, more human. I feel more whole. My mood improves. My focus sharpens. And it all leads to greater accomplishment. Sometimes the Zumba instructor even invites me up on stage to dance along with the music. Though I still hesitate, something in me keeps moving forward to the stage. And I watch myself, awkward, even ridiculous at times, but I do it with affection. I've come to love the broken version of myself to be chaotic when I dance. Because I want something change. Journey to liberation is the journey, breaking free, whatever doesn't serve you any longer. How about sleep? Sleep matters. Not just rest, but deep quality sleep. When I was a junior minister, I used to force myself to meditate even when I was exhausted. Now I know sleep comes first, after meditate. This too became a more grounded and consistent practice after I explored and deepened my scientific understanding of the human body. So unless you are an exceptional case, aim to get 7 to 8 hours of a deep sleep at a regular time each night. Because sleep is when your brain cells take time to rest, repair, grow, and reorganize. Now let's turn inward. What do you think are the most difficult existential emotional states for humans? What are the most difficult emotional states for you? Loneliness, frustration, fear, aren't they? The truth is, these three psychological, physiological experiences stem from the single, deeply rooted perception, sense of separation. I have a question. Is this very perception of a separation based on fact and truth, or a conditioned, learned response developed while living in society? We began this learning long before our conscious mind had fully developed, and it became so familiar that we no longer question it, continuing this response without doubt. Please remember this. Everything is energy. Everything is in motion, in vibration. We are not separate at all. We are parts of one living, breathing field. And more than that, we are the field itself. Sotae-san shared a beautiful truth. Gratitude is the way back. Not just an emotion, but a deep inner practice, a way to return from the illusion of separation. When we feel gratitude, we awaken quiet power within. We begin to sense the energy flowing inside us. And we let that vibration expand gently outward. This is not an imagination. It is a biological awakening, a living sensitivity to life itself. And through this, we remember who we are, whole, connected, and one. And when we feel a deep and expanding sense of connection in our body releases oxytocin. You know that. The hormone of unity, belonging, and bonding. We feel we are connected with all beings. Then loneliness, frustration, fear, it's gone. That is why I call gratitude all in one practice. Let your heart dance in gratitude. One Buddhism is the religion of gratitude. And gratitude is all in one practice. Finally, lifelong learning. Boldly and fearlessly expand your horizons. Now, as you wisely practice and integrate how to fuel your life with enough oxygen, water, nourishing food, and let your energy flow freely through movement and rest, and you rise into higher vibration uplifted by gratitude. Who are you in this vibrant state of being? I am certain that you will be ready to explore the world freely, fearlessly, to expand your world physically, emotionally, mentally, intellectually, and spiritually, because you are charged. Strong body and positive emotions, and your spirit filled with curiosity. So you will be ready to explore the world freely and rise above it and boldly express your unique essence, your one-of-a-kind humanity. You will begin to share who you truly are. And your presence will be a gift. It will be appreciated. If it is not, you won't mind. You will stand firm, knowing how to rise even stronger. Let the universe reveal how the beautiful synergy of your body, emotions, and mind aligned through these 7 practices will help you blossom, I'm sure. The last 30 years, little by little, step by step, I've built kind of a system. Wonderful teamwork, body, emotions, and mind. Aligning this with the spirit. Spirit is shared by all beings in the universe. It's perfect, complete. Unless our body, emotions, mind block it, Spirit is ready to dance. And remember, the universe is always supporting you. Self-transformation doesn't come in a flash. It is not a one-time event. You know that. It is built from small daily practices from morning to night. It's a journey, a path. Enlightened people shine not through dramatic moments, but through small, sacred rhythms. Their everyday life becomes a quiet, graceful art. So breathe with care. Drink with intention. Eat with wisdom. Move with joy. Sleep deeply. Feel gratitude. Learn endlessly. Enlightenment. Enlightenment, I can interpret, light is activated. When we move, our neighbor cells meet together. Electricity spark. Positive emotions, new experience, sparks, electricity. We are biological, chemical, electrical beings. As we continue to grow with the learning and trying something new, more and more light will be activated. Every single moment, we can be enlightened. These 7 are like tuning forks, each one helping bring your life back into resonance. As you weave these 7 principles into your everyday routine, shape a life that is truly your own, full of character, intention, and authenticity. You are not just here to change. You are here to come home to who you truly are. To conclude, the planetary astronomer Carl Sagan, he once said, "We are made of star stuff." Yes, we are children of the stars. Shine. Shine. As the light, that's what we are meant to be in our own unique way. Shine. May you shine with your light of your own life. Thank you for listening with such presence, care, and heart.